Hi, my diamonds. I was just laying down in my bed resting as I was scrolling through my TikToks because, it's 6:40, and I usually cut all my social media off at 8 o'clock. But as I was scrolling through TikTok, I was listening to this beautiful female who is telling black women, better yet, not just black women. I hate to always say black women, but women, period. You're going to have to learn the hard way, and it's sad that you need to learn how to change the way you treat these men, not just black men, but just men universally and internationally. Men are men, that. But the point that she's making, where it says you have to stop dating and messing around with men who are beneath you and men who are not on your level. And all of this captain or sister saver ninja, that has got to stop because it's never appreciated. Just like R.C. Blake, I'll pin it in the comments, he makes it very clear to women that when you are taking care of a man and you're doing the heavy lifting in the relationship, whether it's physically, emotionally, or even financially, that man is going to develop resentment before he has appreciation. Let me share this clip with you.
So I was watching another episode of Twisted Crimes yesterday, and it was a situation of a young woman who had just got married, just had a baby. She was the owner of her own nursery company, and she also did like self-care. So she would do massages, foot massages, and things like that. And unfortunately, she was murked by her husband. Yeah. In the story, it says that he was jealous of her because she had accomplished a lot and he hadn't. So he was insecure and he took her life. So their newborn baby is without both parents because after he took her life, he also unalived himself. Yeah. Black women, I cannot stress to you how important it is for you to stop taking care of men. I keep telling y'all that men do not respect you the more that you do for them. They actually grow to have a disdain towards you.
Yep.
There is something innately in the psyche of black women where we want to save everybody. We want to save the black man. We want to help him. We want to help build him. We want to bring him where he's supposed to be. And I cannot tell you guys how much of a mistake that is. They do not appreciate it. They grow to resent you. They grow to resent you. They do not respect you the more you do for them. They actually respect you the less you do for them.
Yep, that's right.
See, that's the part that I keep trying to get y'all to understand. How many more black women have to lose their life behind dealing with men who are insecure and dealing with men who are beneath you? How many more of y'all does it have to take before you learn the lesson? Stop dealing with men who are not on your level. Stop. It's honestly dangerous at this point.
Yep.
It's not your job to raise a man. It's not your job to build him up. That's his job as a man. Sisters, be careful out here dating. Take your time. Pay attention to the red flags and keep your options open to all groups of men.
I agree with her message, but it doesn't just apply to black men or black women, because you have women of all races who are taking care of these men financially because a lot of them can't seem to keep a job. I see it all the time, regularly on divorce court, on Dr. Phil, and that's not just black men. You have to be very careful when it comes to getting involved with a man who is below you and who's beneath you, because these men are very, very insecure. If they're not making and having the same accomplishments that you have, or they're not getting raises and promotions, or becoming entrepreneurs and content creators and opening up their own businesses, a lot of resentment, even to the point of hatred. And I know what she is saying is true because I listen to several other male content creators who are also warning women of all colors. And anytime you get murked by your own husband, this is somebody who's supposed to have your back. It's a dangerous world. It's very dangerous. I remember when I was trying to help out my ex, and he grew more and more hatred towards me, more and more resentment, because I was growing and he wasn't. I was making more money than he was, and he had a resentment towards that. Anytime I tried to better myself or reach out, he tried to sabotage it. Or if I wanted to spend time with my family or friends, that was another issue. And like I told you, I recently, like in June, I was dealing with him only because he claimed he was on his spiritual journey, but that proved to be a facade because he got angry at me because I wouldn't let him take advantage of me. And of course, I had to cut him off, after he came out of his mouth with some stupid nonsense. I had to cut him off. And then I tried to talk to him again just to see how he's doing on his spiritual journey. Child, he ain't on no spiritual journey. He only goes to these churches and constantly working at a city mission. That's ridiculous. You have a drug history and you want to work at a city mission where it's nothing but drug users, alcoholics, thoughts prostitutes, people who are on crystal meth. As an addict, you're supposed to stay away from people, places, and things. But, some people, that's where they're comfortable at. And if anytime they can't pull you down to the gutter where they are, they have issues with you. But like the Proud Black Woman, that's her channel, Proud Black Woman. I support all women. It's not a color thing to me. Don't deal with these men who are insecure. And when you get a chance, go on YouTube and check out Twisted Crimes and Viral Crimes, and you'll see that we're not exaggerating. Not at all. Some people say that they don't like to look at the viral crimes or twisted crimes because it really agitates them and it makes them very sad. It makes me rejoice. One, I'm glad that that's not me because I'm not hard-headed and I'm listening to leave these demons alone. And number two, the reason why it makes me happy is because it only confirms that I made the right decision to stay single. Now, I have some of my old buddies, that I still stay in contact with. But like I said, they're in my toy box. I don't mind hanging out with them from time to time whenever I have the time, Like yesterday, I spent a little time with one of my exes, but he wasn't a narcissist. He wasn't like my ex-husband. But yeah, we had a good time. Laughing, ha ha, he, all of that. But you have to be careful. I always say that it's just better for women to stay single and support each other. But a lot of women, some people take a little longer to learn than others. Let me read some of the comments here. Let's see. My mama, Lisa says, my mama always said to date upwards. If you are making 20,000, he better be making 30 to 50,000. Okay. Another woman says, I'm going through a divorce right now, and I finally realized he was in secret competition with me from day one. Check that out. Okay. Austin, a female, Isabel. Oh my God, the same thing. She says, I follow that channel too, Viral Crimes and Twisted Crimes. She said, It's very sad and it's very, very scary. And another woman, Rhea, she says, currently she's in the process of a divorce. I used to catch him giving me dirty looks out of my peripheral side of my eyes, but then when I asked him about it, he would deny it. So she said, I made plans accordingly. And then another woman, her name is Highly Favored, she said his exact words to me, nothing you do for me will ever be good enough. She said, guess what? He didn't have to tell me that twice. I was ghost. Here, Elaine says, my ex-husband, he always hated me. I kept on asking him, did he hate me? And he always said no. She said, but his actions showed differently. And Lynn, I just end a relationship with a very jealous man. I do believe he would have eventually brought me harm. And then another woman, Sexy Rose, she says, you're telling the truth. You are so right. I've done it before, and I had to realize that he didn't value me, nor did he respect me. He treated people who didn't do much for him so much better. That's my ex-husband, too. He owes me money, honey. $750 to this day. I said $400. He still haven't made any attempts to pay me. But like I said, you're not going to treat God's children badly and think you're going to prosper or do good, because Jesus is coming for you. People like that, God always put them on slippery ground. You know, right when they get up and patch all the pieces and get everything in order, they lose it again and again and again. And until they do right and make amends to the people that they've hurt, they're going to always be on slippery ground. But in closing, please stay away from men who are below you or beneath you, because they are very insecure. It has nothing to do with you being haughty or you think you better than someone else. No, it's for your own safety. If they're not on your level, I don't know what to tell you, honey. Just take heed. Don't be hard-headed. And be wise, like the Bible says, be wise, my child, and make my heart rejoice. Diamonds, diamonds, diamonds.